What's going on, you guys? This is New York Adventurer 1994 here, and today is Saturday, May 21st, 2022, and it's almost midnight, and the reason why I want to come out here is to tell you guys that 6 years ago today, I returned home from my Disney trip back in May 2016 when I was finishing off 9th grade. So I'm going to start with beginning of the day and the end of the day. So with Saturday the 21st again in May, and it was Saturday the 21st in May when I came back home from Disney in 2016. So since it's Saturday the 21st in May once again, I decided to make this video. Oh, and by the way, 6 years ago today, Kyle Leary opened up his second YouTube channel, like his modern YouTube channel, like the one he uses today, because his first channel got terminated because he was getting all these strikes and everything and started running into these problems throughout the spring, and he got terminated like back in April of 2016. He had that first channel for like over a year, since February of 2015. So, as I was saying, this day started out for me in Disney is that morning on May 21st, 2016, I went to Disney's Hollywood Studios first, and after like 2-3 hours, I went to Disney's Epcot by bus. Like, I just park hopped to Epcot by bus from Hollywood Studios, and I spent some time in Epcot since I had a lot of time before my flight took off that night. And then I went back to the boardwalk to wait for Disney's Tragic Express. Yeah, the reason I call it tragic is pretty much the reason you guys already know why I call it the Tragic Express, because we're leaving Disney. That's why. It's called the Disney's Magical Express, but I call it Disney's Tragic Express when I have to leave Disney. Because nobody likes to leave Disney. So I was in the boardwalk lobby waiting for Disney's Tragic Express. Yeah, I was sitting on the balcony where the boardwalk lobby was. Yeah, I was waiting by the balcony by the boardwalk lobby. And we arrived at the airport at like 6:30 at night, and also when we got back to the boardwalk from Epcot, we also went to the arcade for a little bit. I played like 1 to 2 games, and then that's when I went up to the boardwalk lobby balcony to wait for the bus. And then we got on the bus and then arrived at Orlando International Airport at like 6:30 p.m. And we got past TSA and the sun was going down. Yeah, it was like getting darker by the second. And then we got Burger King for dinner. And it got darker out. That was almost completely dark. And then we went to the Hudson News store and then we went to our gate. That's when it was completely dark out. And we waited 30 minutes before our flight took off. Correction. We waited 30 minutes before we boarded the plane. Our JetBlue plane was at 10 o'clock at night back to JFK. Yeah, we took off at like 10 o'clock at night. And where the bar is, on the JetBlue side of the terminal, they had an NHL playoff game showing on one of the TVs. It was the St. Louis Blues against the San Jose Sharks. It was the Western Conference final game. I forgot which game it was, but it was the Western Conference Finals of 2016. It was either St. Louis or San Jose that would make it to the finals, and San Jose won that round and met Pittsburgh Penguins in the final that year, who sadly lost to the Penguins in the finals. And tonight they were showing a second round game of the St. Louis Blues versus the Colorado Avalanche. Yeah, that was a second round game tonight of St. Louis and Colorado. And while I was in Orlando that night, it was the Western Conference Finals. Yeah, I don't know why the NHL playoffs started later than usual. It's so weird. They finished in late April when they had a full schedule and no strikes before the season. I mean, they still started their season in October, but they finished at the end of April. That doesn't usually happen. And they start the playoffs in May. I mean, we weren't in any delay. We started in October like we were supposed to. Yeah, it's been really weird this year with the NHL. I mean, it was normal that time in 2016. We were in the Western Conference Finals and the Eastern Conference Finals during that period. And it was Pittsburgh, Tampa Bay, St. Louis, and San Jose. Yeah. Of 2016 conference finals, the NHL 2016 conference finals of who would make the Stanley Cup. And we boarded the plane at like 9:20 at night, and we left at like 10 o'clock at night. Yeah, we were on the old A321 for JetBlue. From what I remember. Yeah, it was the classic A321 that we were on that was heading back to New York that night. So we boarded the plane at like 9:20 at night, and we took off at 10 o'clock at night. And we arrived back in New York after midnight, and we went to baggage claim and got home at like 2 in the morning. Almost 2 in the morning, and the next morning it was May 22nd, and then I was back in school on May 23rd. Monday, May 23rd. So apparently I landed in the airport in the start of 22nd, and I had to go back to school the next day. So I got home from Disney 6 years ago today, and from the May trip. It's been 6 years ago today that I finished my May trip in Disney World while trying to finish 9th grade. And I only had 3 weeks to go in 9th grade once I got back. June 13th was my last day that year, because I didn't have to take any more finals, and I didn't have to take the Regents till the following year, which was June 2017. I'm glad I'm done with the Regents, period. I couldn't stand them. So I guess that's it. Bye.